Hello everyone! Well, I know you didn't see this one coming because I couldn't say this one was coming. I was sent a review code for a game called Outshine, and let me tell you, if you like Beat Saber, this is like Beat Saber for the fingers. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a typing action game. Now, I didn't know what to expect when I heard typing action game. It looked appealing, but I gotta say, after playing a couple hours of this thing, it's extremely well done, kind of addicting, and might even give you a little bit of a sensory overload. So what I'm going to do is kind of like the One More Gate video I did, where I'm going to kind of walk you through how it works, and then I'm going to play a little bit of it so you can see what the game is like, see if you're interested in going and picking it up. It just came out over there on Steam. So without any further ado, let's check out Outshine. All right, when you first hop in, you're going to see these levels. Now, the prison, I've played all the way through. I've reached city and have not played very much of this yet, but it looks like there's 4 main levels, and then there's several levels underneath of that. So starting right here in prison, I'll go over the leaderboard after you've seen me play a little bit of it, because it'll make a lot more sense then. But you select this, and again, I'm going to go over this stuff after you've seen it played a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is just go to play, but I will point out difficulty level is where you can select what your average words per minute is. If you don't know what it is, just start down here at the lowest, and as you begin to play it, you're going to actually see what your average words per minute is as you play the game some more. I tend to average about 60 words per minute before I just start losing all control and hitting all kinds of errors, so I'm going to start with 40 just so you guys can see this. Now, obviously, you type with the keys, so you want to have your fingers where they're supposed to be. As you type the letters, you'll see they start to light up depending on the words that you are going for. Now, it runs off the first letter you pick, so if there's 2 of them down, so like elf, bow, fit, if I start with the F, it knows to go to, whoa, ooh. Oh, this is going to be very hard to talk and play at the same time, let me tell you. You use your shift keys to go left and right. There will be certain objects that you have to dodge as you're running along here, and as you can see, the stage itself will throw obstacles at you. Up in the top left corner, you see this combo building. This is what's going to increase the points that you can get. The points that you can get as you progress through the stage. So the longer you can go without getting hit, the bigger that multiplier gets. See how that bar is filling up? So right now I'm at ×2, so I'm getting more points with each one of my hits. I believe ×10 is the highest it goes. Now I'm at ×3 because I've hit so many words without making a mistake. Now there's 2 checkpoints on each stage where you will have to type a series of things. The faster you type it, the more points you get for that checkpoint. My goodness, that's so hard to do. Saying one thing while typing another, not easy. All right, so what it's showing me here is I got hit once. That's what the take damage is. Typing accuracy, obviously, I'm over 90. I'll consider that a win, considering I'm talking at the same time. And there's you're seeing your typing speed. As you're doing this, you will see that fluctuate a little bit, but you'll begin to see a number that is appropriate for your level. Now, let me tell you, it does a good job of calibrating. Like if you choose the level difficulty of 60 words per minute, you will feel it. It looks very similar on the screen, but you will feel it. It drops it faster, gives you less time to type them in. So you want to pick one that is going to be definitely within your range. And obviously, as you do this, you get better at typing and you might be able to bump that up. Now, there's other things that you can do to increase your difficulty or decrease the difficulty for any word level. That's kind of the stuff that we were seeing right before we hopped in here. We'll get back to that here in a second. We'll continue our run here, and I'll point some more things out as we go. Now, you do have a missile that you can do. I think it's the enter button, and it's charged up in the bottom. See the bottom right-hand corner? I've got 2 left, and basically it's going to hit anything that's right in front of me. The other thing that you have is a shield. You'll see down there in the bottom, if I turn on, if it's the space bar, now I can like not get hurt for a little while. And this is actually the only thing that'll keep you safe from anything that's really red. that big wall, you had to type in the word to get past it. That's why I stopped for a second to do that one. Now, your shield does run out after a bit, but I think you can charge that back up. We're up to our next checkpoint of a cycle that started hundreds of years ago at the dawn of our world. Now, like I said, there's 2 checkpoints. The next section, you will reach basically the boss of this level. So we'll get to that next. Now, I think people that'll really benefit from this are people, oh, I'm up to times 10, and also really good with your vocabulary. Not that you need to be like a good speller or anything to play the game, but there's a lot of times where, especially when you get to the boss fights, or when you really notice it. Ooh, backpack, firm, lawyer, inspire, murky. Okay. Being able to quickly spot a word and know how to type that will help you, because then you can start to look for the next word while you type the one that you already know is on the board. Now, like I said, here's where you'll see that more than anything. So what this is going to do is it's going to continue to throw these things out here, and you have to type in these big words to do damage to that arm of the word. So like automation, unfamiliar. Okay, see, I just destroyed that arm. Now, the more of these you destroy, the faster it begins to go. And you don't have to necessarily do them in order. Like, you could hit this one. And the trick is, you got to be trying to look down where these things are coming out at the same time. And that's where I was saying, like, knowing your vocabulary can be very helpful if you're already really good. So like cumbersome, you could recognize cumbersome, and while you're typing that, you could be down here dodging things, you know, trying to keep from getting hit. But if you don't know how to spell cumbersome, it can be cumbersome to try to do that. There we go. We beat the boss. Level complete. This will give you your final stats. The cool thing too is it will show you if you had a best section and a best run. Apparently that's my best score. I'm actually shocked by that. So as you can see, the difficulty level there, 1.5. Modifiers are 1. This is where at the beginning, when you have those different things you can select, you can do things to increase your score here at the end. So maybe you pick a lower difficulty level that's at your typing speed, but then you turn on some modifiers that increase your multiplication from that end. The goal is to try to get the biggest score possible, obviously. The leaderboard up here, you can see where you are in comparison to everybody that's on the list. Out of 100, the top 100 players, I'm 32 for this level. It is tracked per level. So if I go to Powerhouse, I'm 21 out of top 85. Obviously, once this game goes live, this is going to climb dramatically, I'm sure. Now, over here is where you can select your difficulty. I did easy, which is what got me a plus 0.5 on my multiplier. If you go down here to the easiest level, it's just straight whatever you get times your multipliers. But I did easy. If you go all the way up to the hardest at 100 words per minute, you get a 3 times multiplier. So you've got different things you can do. You got difficulty reduction you can do up here. Abilities recharge twice as much at the end of each section, up to 3 seconds of invincibility time after being hit. So these are things you can do to like increase your chances. But as you see down there, it subtracts from your multiplier, your modifications. Maybe you're gonna go for it. You're up here, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go for this medium level, but I'm going to subtract 25 of it by getting my recharges faster. If what you really want is to increase that bonus, there's all kinds of difficulty increases you can do. Now, if you want to get on here and just practice, this right here underneath the specials category, I'm glad they have this here. As you can see here, it says it forces the score to 0. So if you turn any of these on, you're not actually going to be competing on the leaderboard or improving your best score or anything like that. But these are things that you can do. So like this one right here, the avatar automatically avoids obstacles as much as possible. So with this turned on, you could just sit there and type. You don't have to be watching both up and down at the same time. The avatar is going to try to do the dodging for you. You can just practice the typing, which is really cool. So there's some awesome modifiers you can make to either increase or decrease the difficulty and ultimately try to drive up your score even more. Something else that's pretty cool, over here on the leaderboard, it will show you like the things that were used for them to get the score that they got. So this person had on no checkpoint and words fade after enemies spawn, which added a nice big multiplier to what they got here. Now, we'll do one more stage so you can kind of see it in action again, so you can see some variants that take place between them, because there's other obstacles that do begin to take place. We'll see how I do, maybe some slight improvement here over the previous one. But you'll see the stages get a little more crazy. The wind, rock. Oh, that was close. Neat jaw. Oh, deep. Oh, off to a good start. Oh, now see how they're sending individual letters? And that can really throw you off too. If you start to type a word. Oh my goodness. We got things coming everywhere. Now, what I would recommend is when you're typing things. Oh, my goodness, it's so hard to do this and talk at the same time. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't fall off there. Oh, I'm trying not to panic. Try to pay attention to the big words that pop up down the road. A lot of times, those are going to be things that, like, see this cavalry word over here? That's kind of a big thing, because it's going to put out lots of traps. Also, not right here, but a little bit later, you'll see big words that have like a wall in front of you, and you need to type those to get through the wall. Forest. And never came back. Another cool thing about this little checkpoint thing right here, it's actually telling you the story. But yeah, there is an actual story element to this, which was a pretty cool twist that I didn't see coming. Out, ZEU. Oh my goodness. And it is a lot in the beginning to try to... I'm not a great typer. I don't think I'm horrible. But I'm not like great. So as someone, for me... Oh, I missed one. Someone at my level, it was a bit overwhelming at first, but I found it extremely challenging in a good way. I like typing games, and so I found myself wanting to try to do better. Even finding myself trying to up some of those multipliers. Oh my goodness, EX. Later in the next section, I won't show you too much, because if you want to play this on your own, I don't want to spoil it for you. But you'll come across enemies that actually take more than one word to take them down, which is cool. Ooh. I mean, obviously that makes it harder. Dose, ding, tell, dear, injured. Oh my goodness. Oh, they disappeared. Oh. Sweep. Oh man, this is... Oh, here we go. See, I'm not gonna do it. See how you took damage? That bottom right there where it says 2 of 5. I took damage because I didn't type the word to dissolve that wall. That would change our lives. Now, I may look like I know what I'm... Oh... I may look like I'm typing pretty good on those things, but I've typed them a lot. Like I said, I've been playing this a decent amount over the last week or so. Each time you run the stage, you kind of get better at the words that are popping up there. Damage 3 times. Oh my goodness. All right. Now see, this is where the lightings and stuff start getting really wild. Almost, it can become almost too much at times. I would imagine, I haven't checked, but I would imagine there might be some sections in the menu where you could maybe decrease, you know, how many effects are going on at a time, at any given time. Cole ask 2. Oh, gotta watch the stage here. Oh, Bayou. One thing I was actually very happy about is the fact that it's not a bunch of really crazy words when you're typing through the stage. At least it hasn't been. Maybe on the harder levels it's different, but on the levels that I've tried so far, it hasn't been too much. Not like a whole bunch of weird words I've never heard of or anything, and I was a little worried about that. But again, I've also only played the first 2 areas. Oh, that's 5. So maybe it's different on down the road, but so far it hasn't been too bad. Now, I should have just respawned at the last checkpoint, which is where I typed in the word. So we're not like starting the stage all the way over. But as you can see, I got like all my health and stuff back. Where I struggle is remembering to actually use my missiles and my shield. I constantly forget that. And it's like, it's right there. Why not go for it? Heart, risk, bats. All right. So you guys have to let me know. Have you played a typing game before? Are you into typing? Are you someone, that can type without looking? Obviously, that makes a big difference in if you would probably be interested in this kind of a game or not. I learned to type without looking a long time ago, and it was through a typing game. But it was nothing like this. It was just boring. In fact, I think what it was is it was like a little race car that would speed up the longer you went spelling words without making a mistake. This is way more flashy. Oh man, I almost got hit by both of them. Okay, spice. Okay, here we're almost to the next boss. And I will tell you this too. Each boss is extremely unique. Oh man, we'll see how well I can do talking here. This one takes a little more work, a little more focus. First stone. Oh, I saw it, but last second. Impetuous. Oh, I saw it again. Too late though. Oh man, one more hit, I'm gone. Come on, focus. You can do it. Polyhedron. Oh, that was close. Is that the last one? I can't remember if there's one more. Oh, man. Oh, come on. Oh. Yes. Oh, that was close. Oh. I don't remember if I got to finish my thought or not, but at the end of each of these stages, each boss is a completely different experience. They use maybe some of the same mechanics and stuff, but the way you have to type the words, the way the words are shown to you, the way you're attacked, totally different between each one of them. It's fantastic. Okay, under accessibility, it does look like there's some things that you could change. You could, remove camera shake, change your font, do some different things there, but I'm not seeing any option where it would reduce the amount of flash and stuff happening. No, okay, maybe not. Maybe that's just part of the challenge. But there it is. Fantastic game. If you like typing, I think you're going to enjoy this. If you like Beat Saber but want something that you can play without having to stand up with a VR, and you like typing, I think you'll like this as well. But just know that there is a lot going on the screen. I played this first one. I probably played this first stage 6 times, just kind of getting the hang of how to do it all with the shift keys going back and forth in space. Do it a few times, you'll start to get accustomed to how it goes, and then you can start exploring. And like I said, it's pretty cool. Each one of these does have more story that it tells you, and I won't spoil any of that for you. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a short little video showcasing a new game that's come out. Hope you'll check it out. Hope you enjoy it too. Until next time, you all be safe out there. I'll see you on the next one.